Welcome back to my channel. If unfamiliar, my name's Miss Bri. Make sure to subscribe by clicking the red button under the screen, and let's see what adventure we're going on today. This is part 3 video of Easter activities at home. Click the link in the description to go watch part 1 and part 2 of Easter activities at home. So much fun. Today, we are doing 3 more learning activities. They are Jellybean Building, Egg-cellent Bingo, and the Jellybean Experiment. Well, grab your family some materials and let's play. Activity 1, Jellybean Building. For this activity, you will need jelly beans and toothpicks. Now with the jelly beans and toothpicks, the kids can creatively build. You can challenge them by having them build a shape, like a square or a cube or a circle or a diamond. Or maybe they want to build their house. To start, carefully push one end of a toothpick through a jelly bean. Connect the other end to another jelly bean. Continue adding toothpicks and jelly beans until you got the structure you wanted. Lots of fun, imagination, and problem solving. Ta-da! Look what I built! A 3D triangle, a pyramid. What are you gonna build? A square. A kite. The letter L. Activity 2, Egg-cellent Bingo. For bingo sheets and bingo cards, you can make your own, or to save time, thank you to our friends at Fun Squared for providing free printable Easter bingo sheets and cards. And for bingo chips, I'm using Annie's Bunny Grams. First, every player gets an Easter bingo sheet. And then you pass out bingo chips. And that's where I decided, since it's Easter, I'd use the Annie bunny-shaped grams. You also can use pennies, you could use M&Ms, you could use actual bingo chips. You could use a lot of different candies and a lot of different materials. Then once you have cut up the bingo cards, you put them in a basket or bowl and you scramble them up. And you choose one player to be the announcer, and you give them the basket or bowl. First card is eggs in a basket. The players try to find that exact picture on their game sheet. Do you see the eggs in a basket? There it is. If you guessed that picture, you are correct. And then cover it with a bunny. The announcer continues to pull out game cards out of the basket or bowl until one player gets bingo, which is 5 in a row. Let's see, the ladybug. Oh, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bingo! Once you get bingo and the announcer checked to make sure you covered up the right picture, and now it's their turn to be the announcer. Other ways to get a bingo: horizontal, vertical up and down, or diagonal. Thanks again to our friends at Fun Squared for providing us with free printable Easter bingo sheets and cards. Make sure to go check them out and print out your own copies at fun-squared.com. Activity 3, the Jellybean Experiment. You will need jelly beans, cups, and liquids of your choice. I chose water, salt to make salt water, maple syrup, cashew milk, and canola oil. Each liquid gets their own labeled cup. I made it colorful by doing different colored labels. Now put a little liquid in each cup. Some salt in the salt water. Some maple syrup. Canola oil. And cashew milk. Now the fun part. Time to put in the jelly beans. We got first up, we got water. Second up, salt water. Third, syrup. As you can see, I didn't put a lot in there because I don't want to waste food and beverages. Oil, canola oil, whoop, and cashew milk. Plop. Okay, let's check back in about 15 minutes. And then after that, and then a couple hours, and then 24 hours, an entire day. About 15 minutes later, let's check on our jelly beans. Let's see, water. Oh, the water is turning green. And the jelly bean is just white in there. Salt water. Oh, it's kind of done the same thing. Next, syrup. And it actually looks like nothing has changed so far. Oil. Oil looks like it hasn't changed either. Last but not least, milk. And a little coloring has gone off, just like with the water. So to recap, after 15 minutes, the jelly bean color has dyed the water and the salt water and a little of the milk. And the syrup and oil, the jelly bean has pretty much stayed the same. Let's check back in a couple hours. A couple hours later, we're gonna check in on the jelly bean. The water jelly bean has no color at all to it. The salt water, same with that. Let's compare the two side by side. We got water, salt water. Syrup. That one has pretty much looked exactly the same. It still has all the color to it. So that one has not changed from its original form. Oil. Same with oil. So the milk one has lost all its color and it actually turned it to white. So that's really interesting. Ooh, and it's breaking up. Here's my little graph so far. So water at 15 minutes later, it was losing its color and the water around it was becoming green. At 5 p.m. it was clear and the water was dyed around it. Same with the salt water. And the maple syrup has stayed the same, and oil has stayed the same. Cashew milk went from green to white, so that's some white chalk. So yeah, the kids can have fun making a graph. So we'll see tomorrow what the next day brings. It has been 24 hours later. Now let's take a peek. So what I did is on the left, I put the before, and then on the right, the after. So what the jelly bean did in the water was, it looks light green. It's not completely white. It definitely feels soft, where this one feels darker and it's a lot greener. So I'm gonna add that to my chart. Now salt water. This one is even whiter than just plain water. And that one feels soft too. Let's see. Oil. There's not much difference. It looks a little shinier. But other than that, like, the color is pretty much the same. Yeah, for oil, the color is pretty much the same. If anything, it looks like on the right it got a little darker and shinier. Okay, now let's take a look at syrup. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell with the camera, but there's some crystals on there. It's like bumpy, very bumpy, and it's a lot lighter too. It's yeah, it's clear. And now last but not least, the milk, the cashew milk. And oh my goodness, that is white. That is completely white. And let's see. It feels, oh my gosh, it broke apart. It broke apart on my finger. That one made it really, really soft and really white. Yeah, so that is our Jellybean experiment. I hope you had fun. And now you know what it's like, what jelly beans will do in some of these liquids. Did any of these liquids do what you thought they were going to do, like change colors? So here was our final graph, water, how from 2:15, 24 hours ago, at first it showed some green in the water, and then it was becoming more and more white, and then it still had a light tint of green. By the next day, the salt water was pretty much the same thing, except by the end it was pretty much all white. You can see this white chalk mark. And the maple syrup by the end had some sugar coated green on it. And then the oil one stayed the same. The cashew milk one went completely white. So yeah, the kids could have a really fun time making a graph. Thank you so much for watching these 3 excellent activities. Stay tuned in for our next video where we are making Easter cupcakes in the kitchen. A really fun flavor. What flavor, you may ask? I don't know. You'll just have to wait and find out. Well, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time.